To go, but they've come out playing good fundamental football, and that might carry them a long way.
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. They'll be led out by their veteran quarterback out of North Carolina State. It's Phillip Rivers.
And I saw that he had an interesting quote in the research packet that we had after last week's game. It's all on me now. I've got to lead my team and find a way for us to win a game. 0-2, but they're at home. I guess he's going to try and find a way to get the home crowd involved early.
Now our first carry for Melvin Gordon. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. The numbers a week ago for Melvin Gordon. 16 carries, 73 yards.
I can remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first. But they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that. But they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
Now Gordon, and an alley to run. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
That was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance. When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. And one of the guys to watch out for out of this group is the man on the outside, Keenan Allen.
His versatility, able to play outside the numbers, come back inside to the slot. In any case, you've got to find ways to get him the ball.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They'll throw again. Rivers gets it to Benjamin. It's caught. And he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody has that ability, they want them on their team.
To throw is Rivers. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A gain of 7 that time. Second goal.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Call it a gain of a couple. The defense stiffening here. It's third and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal.
Brandon, is now a matter of who wants it more. They gave it to the first man through. Let the fullback try to power across. But this defense is going to bunch him up And what do you do now on 4th and goal?
And Bailey able to knock it through. And the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead. So a pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope. Good things are in store here today for them.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their 6'4" quarterback, the former #1 overall pick in 2015, Jameis Winston.
Well, he did go 2-2 in the last ball game. Well, actually, he went 2-2-1, with the 1 being the victory.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line there. But wasn't it funny at practice? He threw one when we were watching, threw an interception, and the defense got on him a little bit, good-naturedly. But they're letting him know, you got to cut down those interceptions. We can't bail you out all the time.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. But as you said, they got the win in that effort last week. Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. A pretty nice gain there on the run. Gets it to the 35 after showcasing the agile move. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
It's his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Second down, Winston. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. Jameis now on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Pretty darn good, as you see right there on your screen.
I'll echo that. Darn good. 2 touchdowns, right? And the ability to be in sync with each other, right? To understand that he's going to be where the quarterback expects him to be when the ball's thrown.
Our first carry now for Jordan Howard. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
He'll buy some time right. And too much on that one. It's out of the back of the end zone, incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and short. The Chargers starting 11 on defense here, and they are ranked number 15 in the league right now. And they've played well against the pass, currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. To throw, Winston. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now. Trying to punch it in with Howard. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Howard all alone in the backfield on 2nd and goal. Jameis to throw it. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, Winston. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Taylor Gabriel, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bears have taken the early lead. So a tiptoe catch back in the end zone, so tough to do, but he made it look pretty easy.
Certainly did, and the back of the end zone is treated the same way as the sideline. You have to get your feet down, inbounds, for it to count as a catch. How about the backgrounds of some of these guys, though? Did they work on it? Maybe some of them were ballet, some dance, who knows?
Yeah, you and I were talking the other day. I remember one of my favorite kids shows growing up. I don't know that I want to name it, but guys like Lynn Swan, they used to be on there showing their ballet skill.
And you have to remember when they were kids and their parents would tell them to take the ballet classes, you know they were fighting them like crazy. But right now they're saying, thanks, Mom.
So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at their own 21. Rivers now to throw on first down. This is Gordon on the dump off. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll make it 2nd down. Even though he's a 4th rounder, I think he might have a chance to play and prove that, hey, I could have been taken higher in that draft.
And we've seen so many times now, guys who go lower in the draft, undrafted free agents that become big-time players, Pro Bowl players, so you never know. 4th-round pick.
Back now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Chargers here with a football. They've got it 2nd and 6 to start things out. From the gun, Rivers. Benjamin with it over the middle. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Rivers to Benjamin, good for the Charger first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Gordon on first down. And he'll get 2, maybe 3, up near the 37.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Rivers now on 2nd down. Over the middle, he's got Tyrell Williams. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using...
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on, how about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
Very good return that time. 18 yards, and the Bears take over. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Throw left side complete. It's Burton. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one goes for 24 yards.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. They go play action. Winston. They'll roll him out right. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That goes for a gain of 31.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Here's a carry now for Keith Marshall. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18. Now hang on a moment here. Marshall's in some pain. Still down. We'll step aside and come back to Carson after this. Now a second down throw for Winston. That is caught at the 7. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
Now Jones. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Ronald Jones, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Bears will extend their lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Parkey with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. Here's Desmond King on the return. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. And that's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now a second down throw for Rivers. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
And the challenge pays dividends. The ref overturns the play.
Everyone gets a bonus on this one, Brandon. The coach upstairs who signaled down and said challenge it, and the head coach for pulling the red flag.
Now Rivers going deep for Benjamin. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Winston now from the 50. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Burton. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait in, enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a 1st.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a 1st down with his very next run.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Winston. This will be caught just inside the 10. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll take this one down inside the 5 to the 3. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal.
A good solid game there on 1st down, but the defense has to be happy they didn't let it pop for anything bigger.
He'll get it up the middle. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
On goal-to-goal runs, when you create lost yardage plays, the only way that happens is either called pressure or what I like to call straight-ahead pursuit. A great read, and they get to the backfield and make the play.
And that was a big chunk of yardage lost. 3rd and goal, Winston. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the 1st half. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Parkey's kick is good. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Now Austin Eckler on the return. So we reach halftime with the visiting Bears out on top here. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Time for a look around the NFL here in Week 3 of the new year. We'll begin up at U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. And
we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Now Jameis on second down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely. I mean, size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
The give is to Jones. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Winston. He sets up the screen to Jones. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
On third down, Winston. And that is incomplete.
This defense could use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
They're going to try for it on fourth. Winston stays out there. Play action now. Winston. Sliding out of the pocket. He may try and run for this. The Bears tried it on fourth down, unable to convert. And the Charger defense stands tall and they get the football back. Well, you feel the excitement build on those fourth down plays. Defense has to stay out there, but for the offense, when that thing doesn't work out, such disappointment.
It can absolutely be a deflator, but how about the defensive guys? If they stop you on fourth down, they are absolutely elevated going to their bench.
They're elevated now. Big stop on fourth down. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Second down, Rivers. And that's complete to the right side. It's Allen. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. A Charger first down. Rivers hooking up with Allen.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. First down, Rivers. Going underneath for Gordon. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. It was pretty evident in reading everything, hearing these guys talk, that this was a deal they wanted to get done. They know how valuable he is to this team.
Absolutely a key component to what they do and what they do well. And if they want to continue to have success in the future, they knew they needed him, and they got the deal done.
And he gets it down to the 32. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. We'll step aside and come back to Carson after this. On is the Chargers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. So that'll be marked down as a 19-yard punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold
But he
up.
trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he'll get this one up to the 26. It's Jaleel Adai who brings him down. The completion on 1st didn't get much, and now the run on 2nd doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
On 3rd down, that's Marshall. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the 1st. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. Winston now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. A give to Jones. And some room to maneuver. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A big chunk of yardage there, 37 yards.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7 reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
From the red zone now, Winston. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Trey Burton, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears will add on to their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field.
And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Kyle Fuller, the one to make the tackle.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
On second down. And he'll be taken down right around the 27. The former Giant, Prince Amukamara, on the stop.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Rivers from the gun on third down. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch it. Back now at the StubHub Center in Carson. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
Ready.
On 1st and 10, Rivers. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Set, 380.
Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers. Throws left side, complete to Keenan Allen. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down. Rivers now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. A first down throw here for Rivers. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Again, it's Rivers. Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues, and the chains move again.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone, and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completion.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
Rivers now to throw on first down. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Henry.
And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball,
Get a completion.
you get a catch,
Yeah.
but still,
Touchdown, LA! As his guys are in for 6. And the Chargers, they're able to cut into that deficit. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
and how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Bailey got the extra point, and that cuts the lead to 24-10. Bailey now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. They find some open field here. He's at the 40, 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. In for the score, and the Bears will extend their lead.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times where they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, and if you do, you're taking on some responsibility, but he was happy to do so there.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. To return it now, here's King. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Give them 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down.
I like how they worked the tight end on a nice little under route there, and if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Looking for Allen. He's got him on the slant. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And
into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. There have been no struggles here for this crew. I mean, they were up double digits at halftime, and they've just expanded that here in the second half.
And it appears there are no answers from the defensive side. I think right now, if I'm the coordinator, if I'm down on the field, if I'm wearing a hat, I've already thrown it. If it's a visor, it's sailed, right? My game plan is down by my feet right now because nothing I've drawn up appears to be working.
Well, he's going to have to find something right now to stop this offense. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Winston now to throw on 1st down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. A second down throw for Winston. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Desmond King picks it, and they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at their own 27. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make this a second down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
False start, offense.
So that'll back them up 5. A false start penalty, and now they're back to needing 10 yards on second down. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. His throw incomplete. It was the veteran Prince Amukamara that time who had the play covered from the start.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
You're right, they have had no room to breathe. Rivers, Allen has it, left side. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Rivers on first down. Allen's got it over the middle. Stops shy of the 45. Showed off a nice little move on the play, though. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. To the air again here. Rivers. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. On 1st and 10, Rivers. This is Gordon on the dump off. And he'll get it down here to the 43. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll make it second down. Rivers again. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
They'll pitch it out to Jones. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Winston here to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. On second down, Winston again. Eluding the pressure right. Wide open receiver complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A really nice gain of 25 yards. And we are back here. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. So the offense takes the timeout. And now we're set to get going.
Keep bringing it. Stay in there. Sonic!
On 1st and 10, Winston. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Jameis to throw it. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Well, partner, even though my phone alarm failed me this morning and I missed our AM workout, we still made it through this thing together, didn't we?
Well, you always know I need extra workouts just to keep up with you, so it doesn't matter. But thanks for sharing a booth, and thanks for being our quarterback.
Yeah, you're the quarterback. Always a pleasure, my friend. So for the Bears, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the home team here, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.